What's happening? John from Long Island again. It is Saturday, March 7th. Finally got some time to make a video. It's been a while since my last one. I've got a shit ton of records I could show you. I pulled out 7 of the most recent ones. Two of them kind of have something to do with each other, so it's more like 6, but either way, I won't get too descriptive of these unless I have to. But I wanted to show you just because it's some pretty cool stuff. I'm gonna start off with this one. This is one of my favorite bands of current era. I know a lot of guys my age, a lot of people my age, especially metalheads. They stay in the past, and then anything new they don't want to listen to. They don't want to hear about. But I try to keep my head and my ears and my heart and soul in music, and I try to keep current with it. And this is a band that I discovered when they came out with their debut album. I think it was 2015 or so. This is Blackwater Holy Light. This is their latest, Not Here, Not Gone, 2026 on Suicide Squeeze Records. Blackwater Holy Light is a doom, sludge, psych doom, shoegaze type band. This album's more shoegaze, more like My Bloody Valentine or something like that. They went through a bunch of lineup changes. I think the only constant is the singer, who's also a guitar player or bass, depending, she switches. And the other guitar player, they're original, the rest of them aren't. Like I said, this is their latest, and it's a killer. Again, this goes more into the shoegaze type of a vibe. Not a lot of heavy stuff on here, but there's still great guitar riffs. 10 songs. My favorites would be Spades, How Will You Feel, Bodies, Heavy Y, and Poppy Fields. I think are some of my favorites on here. Just saw them last weekend in Brooklyn at the Meadows with a couple opening acts. Psalm and Glassing opened up. And great show. Blackwater Holy Light put on a hell of a show. And I say it once. If I say it once, I said it 1,000 times. If you're saying to me that there's no good new music, you're not listening, because this band, Portland, Oregon, all female band, they're killers. And it's new, it's fresh, and if you're a fan of extreme music, I would suggest Blackwater Holy Light. Great record. All right. This record I can't say enough about. This is my favorite album from this band. This is Iron Maiden, Killers. This is 1981 on EMI Records. Maiden's a weird one for me because I got into them when I was like 9 or 10, when Power Slave came out. And Live After Death, the live album. And that is, to me, textbook Iron Maiden. So, as with every band, I go backwards after I get into them. I see what else they have. And I remember buying this cassette, Killers, at Caldor. And I put it on. And it sounded way different than any of the Maiden that I had been listening to. Again, at that time, I'm listening to Power Slave. I'm listening to Live After Death. I'm listening to a couple of tracks off Number of the Beast with Dickinson. So when I'm hearing Di'Anno sing, I'm like, I don't want any part of this. This is what I like. So I never really gave this album a chance until the last 15 years or so. So it's quickly become my favorite Iron Maiden album. This is their last with Paul Di'Anno, their first with Adrian Smith. Might be their first with Martin Birch producing as well. But what can I say? Every song's good. Ides of March, Wrathchild, Murders in the Rue Morgue, Another Life, Genghis Khan, Innocent Exile, Killers, Twilight Zone, Prodigal Son, Purgatory, Drifter. Every song's good. Paul Di'Anno kills it on this album. This is an original pressing, by the way. I got it for a good price on eBay. Paul Di'Anno kills it. And it would have been very interesting to see what they did after Di'Anno, after Killers. If they would have stuck with Di'Anno, I don't think he could have, though. He was kind of a mess. But he was a hell of a frontman for that band, and a hell of a voice for that band for their first 2 records. And like I said, if you're a Maiden fan, go give Killers another chance, man. Songwriting is phenomenal. There's not much more I could say. It's my favorite Iron Maiden record, Killers, 1982. 82? Sorry, 81. 82 is Number of the Beast. Here are two that I'm going to talk about that are kind of related. One of my favorite bands of all time, and that would be Black Sabbath. This is live from the Ontario Speedway Park, April 6, 1974, KLOS FM broadcast. This is a bootleg of the California Jam, which had a shit ton of bands. All these bands are legendary. Deep Purple, ELP, Black Sabbath, Seals and Cross, Black Oak, Arkansas, the Eagles, Rare Earth, Earth, Wind and Fire. So they played on a racetrack, and they broadcasted over this KLOS simulcast. And this video on YouTube, it was shot. That was pro shot, and that's how I discovered this. It's in the broad daylight, Black Sabbath with a big rainbow backdrop. It's wild to see, but they kill. Tomorrow's Dreams on here, Sweet Leaf, Killing Yourself to Live, War Pigs, Snowblind. Ozzy fucks up the lyrics to War Pigs and it pisses me off, but whatever. Snowblind's a great version. Sabracadabra, Sometimes I'm Happy. Iron Man, Paranoid Children of the Grave. Again, it's textbook Black Sabbath, 1974. Great year for them. Here is another one, another Black Sabbath, Past Lives. This is an official record from 2016, Warner Brothers. Double record. The first record is the entire Live at Last album, which I also have. And again, very similar. If you have Snowblind, you have War Pigs. If you have Tomorrow's Dream, I'm happy as a pig and shit when it comes to this stuff. So yeah, figures we're into in the universe. The song Black Sabbath. Like I said, I had this on double CD when it came out, and I loved it. So I figured I'd get the album. Came up on eBay for a very good price, so I figured I'd just pick it up. And that's Past Lives, Black Sabbath. Here's one I really don't know much about, so I'll just kind of glance over it for you. This is Charlie XCX's latest Wuthering Heights soundtrack. I'm not going to open this because it's got a bow on it, you know, and it's a really nice presentation on here. So I kind of don't want to even touch it. Just saw the movie Wuthering Heights last weekend with Margot Robbie. Great film. We read the book in high school. I don't remember the book. I doubt the book was as graphic as the movie. If it was, I probably would have loved the book. But either way, Charlie XCX is one of those people. I mean, you could call her a pop star, which you'd be accurate, but she's much more than that. I mean, wrote this entire soundtrack, and it's great. It's funny. Sky Ferreira makes an appearance on this song, Eyes of the World. I listened to the whole thing on Spotify. It's great. Nothing really jumps out at me, though. I'll have to do some more listening, but I pre-ordered this months ago, so I just wanted to show you. Charlie XCX is great, though. Check her out if you haven't. All right. Next up. Again, I have a lot to say about this record. I'll try to be as concise as I can. This is the Misfits' American Psycho. This was their return album from 1997, Geffen Records. This is with a completely new lineup. You have Jerry Only, you have Doyle. Obviously, you don't have Danzig, and you don't have any of the drummers that the Misfits had. You have a guy, Michael Graves, on vocals, and Dr. Chud on drums. Again, Jerry Only, Doyle, Wolfgang von Frankenstein stayed in the band. We all love the Misfits. We all love Danzig Misfits. I think we're all agreed on that. I would think we're all agreed that that's far superior than the Misfits Michael Graves era. I think we're all in agreement. But if you're a punk fan, and if you're a fan of the Misfits, and you sit here with a straight face and tell me this album isn't great, I don't know what to say, man. I understand some people don't like Michael Graves for his political views, and I certainly understand. But I mean, this album's got some great songs on it. Michael Graves does a great, I'm not going to say a Danzig impersonation, but a tribute to him, staying true to the Misfit sound, but adding his own thing into it. It has 18 songs, and they go by just like if you're listening to Walk Among Us goes by. One after another. Great songs, great production. I think it's produced by Daniel Ray, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, produced by Daniel Ray, mixed by Andy Wallace. They came out with this and then Famous Monsters afterwards. And Famous Monsters was another one that was just more developed American Psycho. And it's another great album. It would have been nice to see what they would have done with Michael Graves, because he was a really good addition to that band, in my opinion. Death Proof, my band Death Proof, we got the opportunity to open up for Michael Graves in Queens, probably, let's say 2016, somewhere around there. And nice guy. We spoke about the Misfits, about Sam Hain, Danzig, and the Ramones. We spoke, about a lot of stuff, and he was very, very personable, and we stuck around for his set, and it was great. He's got a lot of solo albums and some other band related stuff, but check it out. I mean, if you're a Misfits fan, like I said, and you don't come out of listen to this with something to say about it, something good, I don't know what more else I can say about it. Honestly, give it a chance though, because when they finally came back, they really did a good job capturing the old Misfits sound and updating it, and not relying on just nostalgia. So, but I mean, this is now 30 years old, so I mean, what do I gotta say? Last but not least, this is, it's not my favorite album by this band, but it's up there. This is Rancid, Life Won't Wait, Epitaph Records, 1998. Rancid came on that wave of punk rock that they would call, with Green Day, The Offspring, and stuff like that. But they stayed true to their roots. This is their fourth record. It's a lot different than the one you know and love, which would be Out Come the Wolves. Out Come the Wolves is their third record, and every song is good. Probably their best, if you ask any Rancid fan, and I wouldn't disagree. It's not my favorite. My favorite is their self-titled that came after this. But when Out Come the Wolves came out, it had hit after hit. So they come up with this one. There's 22 songs on this record, and it's a lot different than Out Come the Wolves. A lot more experimental, with more reggae beats, more dancehall beats, more into like even classic rock almost. If you're a fan of The Clash, and you know The Clash, and they came out with that album Sandinista, which was a sprawling album with a lot of different, influences in it. That's what I kind of equate this one to. Very Clash-like in that respect. Rancid is a fan of ska and all that stuff, from the Operation Ivy stuff all the way to Time Bomb and all that, and so they have that in them. So I mean, there's songs on here which New Dress is kind of that vibe. Coppers, the last song on this is like a straight reggae dancehall song. And then you have the killers too, the fast ones. Blood Clot, New Dress is great. Warsaw, that's a good one. I mean, they're all good. I love this album. Cash Culture and Violence features Dickie Barrett from the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. One of these songs features, which one it is? Either one. Buju Banton, the reggae star. He's on one of these. I don't know which one he's on. He's definitely on this album. But this is one of the greatest albums. Again, you're getting a killer record from Rancid on this one. I had this when it came out on CD, and I was shocked because I was expecting Out Come the Wolves, the continuation, and they went right. They took a left-hand turn and came out with a great record. Life Won't Wait, Rancid. They're one of those bands that stayed true to their roots, stayed true to the sound that they always came up with. Every album, they have a shit ton of albums. They really don't veer from the formula too much. They've got, I think it says they're on the second drummer, Brandon something Steinecker from the Used. He plays now. This actually has Brett Reed, the original drummer. But yeah, I mean, it's punk rock, man. And Rancid does it probably the best of my time, so there's that. Those are the records. I have more I'd like to show you, but I don't have the time. So thank you very much. Watch out for my next video, which I don't know when I'll be able to make it, but I'll cover some more. All right, thank you for watching.